Hi there. So my name's Jackie Baxter, and I had a just over 3 year battle, I suppose might be the right word, with long COVID. I have now fully recovered, and one of the things that helped me the most with my recovery was breathing, which sounds a bit ridiculous because surely you either breathe or you don't. Like, you can't breathe wrong. Well, it turns out that it's a lot more complex than that. And this was a massive rabbit hole that I went down. So my breathing was what we call dysfunctional. So I was breathing extremely poorly. So that wasn't great. So a lot of my journey was involved in fixing that. So making my breathing functional. So my body was working correctly, for want of a better word, but then also then using the power of the breath to influence my nervous system in a positive way. So if I wasn't feeling good, then which breathing exercise was good for which situation? And I discovered through my experience that actually working with somebody with the experience of a condition like long COVID is invaluable. And that is why I decided to train as a breathing instructor myself. I was hugely interested in it because it had helped me so much. But also I thought, I can really help people here. I've been there. In so much as anyone can understand someone else's condition, I get it. I've been there. I kind of understand how this works. So that is why I then trained as a breathing instructor. So that was really fun doing all the training. And I'm now working with people with long COVID, with ME/CFS, to help them to do the same as I did. How can we breathe as best as we possibly can? How can we get our body working in the most efficient way possible? So we are using what energy we have in the most efficient possible way. But also then, how can we use the breath to help out the nervous system? Which are the exercises that are appropriate for people with these conditions? How can we calm the nervous system? How can we not overstress the nervous system? And which exercises do we use in which situations? So I'm going to take you through a few examples today. So one of the most powerful tools, I think personally, is breath awareness. And this is literally checking in with our breath on a regular basis. And this isn't something that I had ever done before, because as I said, surely you breathe or you don't. Like, it's an absolute, right? So let's just take a moment. So you can do a quick check-in, you can do a slightly longer check-in. I do this at the beginning of every single session. And there's also a few that I've got uploaded on places like Insight Timer that are slightly longer. But you may find that actually just a couple of seconds is enough for you as you get better at it and as you're more used to doing it. So we're just going to take a couple of minutes just today. So if you can make yourself as comfortable as you can in this moment. So you might want to be sitting or you might want to be lying down. Whatever is most comfortable for you in this moment. If you're sitting, you might want to have something to support your back. So I'm sitting against the sofa behind me. I'm finding that really comfortable. Again, cushions, blankets, all a good idea if they make you feel comfortable. If you're lying down, just have a wriggle around, have a stretch, get as comfy as you can. If there's any tension that you're feeling anywhere, is there anything you can do just to relax that a tiny bit? And then you might want to close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. or you might just want to find a point ahead of you that you can focus on. And then just take a moment and check in with that breath. So what is my breath doing today? So just noticing, am I breathing through my nose? What does the air feel like coming in and out through my nose? How fast am I breathing? Am I breathing quite fast, or am I breathing a bit more relaxed? And we're just noticing. So we're not trying to change anything. We're not worrying about what we should be doing. We're not worrying about being perfect. We're not judging. We're not trying to work out why. We're just noticing what is happening in our breath. If you find that focusing on your breath actually causes you to feel worse, then find something else to hold your attention. So hands and feet can be really good. So just put your attention on those hands and feet. Some people like a safe place. So if you've got somewhere that makes you feel safe, you can take yourself there in your imagination. So for me, I would be sitting on the beach down at Loch Ness, which is just down the road from me. It would be sunny because it's my imagination. And I can feel those waves coming up the beach gently. And you may, if you're a stuffed toys sort of a person, again, that feeling of touch can be really, really kind of soothing and comforting. So something like that may also help. And if you are in your safe place, or if you're focusing on your hands and feet, just open the door. What's my breath doing? Okay, let's come back to the safe place. So rather than focusing 100% on that breath, we're just peeking in and then coming back to our safe place. And if you're happy to focus on your breath, then you can just keep doing that. So again, it's whatever makes us feel comfortable. I know that sometimes focusing on our breath actually doesn't make us feel comfortable. So it's good to have that backup. So then just noticing our diaphragm and our chest. So you might want to pop a hand on your chest and your belly, if that's comfortable. And just noticing, am I breathing into my upper chest? Or am I breathing into my diaphragm and my lower ribs? So just noticing. And what's really powerful about this is that our breath is such a guide of how the rest of our body is feeling. So if we are breathing through our mouth, we're going to be breathing into our upper chest. We're probably going to be breathing quite fast. And that is going to be putting us into our fight-flight. And our body's not going to be working efficiently. We're breathing in excess of our metabolic need. We're not getting good gas exchange because the air isn't getting down into the bottom of our lungs. So it's really important to be checking in with our breath. Because if we know that we're feeling a bit fight-flighty, a bit fast breathing, our heart rate's probably gone up. If we're in our fight-flight, we're going to be feeling a lot of adrenaline. We might be feeling all sorts of other symptoms as well, depending on what your illness looks like. And if we realise this, then we can work out if there's anything we can do about it. And the sooner we notice, the quicker we can react. So if you notice you're feeling a little bit tense and you're getting a little bit chesty with your breath, then you can intervene before you might flip straight into your fight flight, which can be helpful because we often feel like that. Whereas if we go fully into our fight flight, then it's a little bit harder work to get out of it. But that doesn't mean that we can't. So one of my favourite exercises for that moment where, yeah, I'm feeling a bit of that stress. Okay, yeah, I need to do something because, I know what happens next. What can be really good is what we call left nostril breathing. And this is exactly what it says on the tin. This is a really good one for if you are starting to feel that. If you're fully in fight flight, that train has probably already left the station and we need to use a different intervention. But for any sort of relaxing, this can be a really good one. And all we're going to do is we're going to take a finger and we're going to just cover our right nostril. So you can either go from the side or you can cover from the front. It can be really, really gentle. Whatever feels most comfortable to you. And just gently breathe in and out through that left nostril. Now, if you're noticing any panic, any sort of really struggling to breathe through the left, certainly anything of what we call air hunger, where you feel like you're not getting enough air. If you're getting any of that, take your finger off, revert to normal breathing. So if we're getting air hunger, that's putting a stressor on our body. We don't need any more stressors. Okay, we've got to be really careful. So this is what I was saying about if we are feeling our breathing is too fast, this is probably not the one. But if you are noticing that it's helping you to relax, then just keep that finger there for a little bit longer. And what's really cool about the left nostril is that the left nostril is connected to our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. So breathing through our left nostril is going to help us relax, if we can. So things to look out for. Are we feeling any feeling of relaxation? Any reduction of symptoms? Slowing of heart rate? Breathing slowing down? Are we noticing any saliva in our mouth? So that's always the giveaway for me. Get that little bit of saliva in my mouth. Are we noticing any warmth in our hands and feet at all? That's a sign that our circulation is getting going. That our gas exchange is improving. The oxygen is getting to the places that it needs to. Have we noticed a calmer mind at all? So if like me, you have a really busy mind, this one can be a really good one. Tummy rumbles as well. So again, tummy rumbles is a sign that our digestive enzymes are getting going, so rest and digest. So that's a good sign too. So this one can be a really good one. So if you want to keep doing that one, you can. And then the other one I'm going to show you is what we call hands cupping. So this is what we call an emergency intervention or emergency exercise. So if you feel like, okay, I'm a bit further along into that fight flight, my breathing's getting a bit fast, my heart rate's fast, maybe there's other things showing up as well. This is a really good one for stopping panic attacks if you are someone who gets them. And basically it's a much more portable version of the brown paper bag. It's much more flexible as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our two hands and we are just going to put them over our mouth and nose like that. Now I'm going to take mine off because you won't be able to hear me talking. But if that feels like it might be okay for you, then just keep them there. Now the good thing about this is it's quite flexible. If you feel like covering your face completely is going to make things worse, it's going to make you panic, if you don't like the idea of that, you can just open your fingers a little, and that will help you to just kind of, ease into it, maybe feel a little bit more comfortable. What we're trying to do is reduce symptoms, reduce that adrenaline, reduce panic. So we don't want to be increasing it. And again, what you can do if you're doing this and suddenly you don't like it, you take the hands away. But what this does is we're cupping carbon dioxide in our hands, and carbon dioxide is a vasodilator, so that is going to improve circulation. It's going to help the oxygen get to the places where it needs to get to in the body. So the brain, for example, takes I think 20% of the oxygen in our body, in our brain. So if we don't have enough oxygen in our bodies, we've not got enough oxygen in our brains. That's what can cause the sort of racing mind when we start getting really panicked. But we also need oxygen in all sorts of other places in our body that's really important. So by increasing those levels of carbon dioxide gently, we're allowing that oxygen to get released in the right places. So if we don't have enough carbon dioxide in the body, the oxygen goes round and round and round the body, but it doesn't actually get released. So this can be a really good one for that moment of panic, that moment of, oh my goodness, everything is happening, this is terrifying, my heart rate, my breathing, my, whatever. So this can be a really, really good one. Some people like this so much that they do it before bed. Some people like doing it to relax. If you find that holding your hands in front of your face gets quite tiring for your hands, then you can do things like resting your elbows on a desk in front of you, or even on your knees, or on something else. So you can kind of prop them up a little bit if you feel like holding your hands up is a bit sort of overworking your arms. So that can be a really, really powerful one. So if you've tried out either of these exercises today, I'd love to hear how you got on. Did you enjoy them? Did you find them useful? Are they something that you're gonna try out and put into your day? So these is just a small amount of what we teach in our breathing courses. So my breathing course is, we have several different things. I've teamed up with Vicky, who I met through long COVID, and we run Breathing for Long COVID. And what we do is we work with people in small groups. So we share that community feeling that is so important, coming together with this sort of shared thing in common, and we breathe together. We work together, we share ideas. That's what's so powerful about community. And these courses are absolutely the highlight of my week. It's just the most wonderful feeling to be working with these people. And we offer a 6-week, 12-session breathing course. So the small groups. We work through all sorts of different exercises. We share ideas. We talk about how to use them, how to know when to use them, how much to do, how to know how much to do, because it can be so personal to different people on different days. So we also offer workshops, and we have a monthly breathing session, Come Breathe With Us, where you literally just come breathe with us. We take you through an exercise, we take you through a relaxation, and we sit and we breathe together. And I loved the last one I did. It was just a really beautiful coming together of people from all over the world. So we can be found at longcovidbreathing.com, and you can email us at longcovidbreathing@gmail.com because we are super imaginative in our names. So I hope you found some of this useful, and we would love to hear from you.